Welcome back to the United Star, guys. And today we have Vishesh and Ayush with us, and we're going to be talking about Project Restart. And as all of you all must have heard, the Premier League is starting on the 17th of June tentatively, and we're trying to discuss the pros, the cons, and whether it makes logical sense about it. So, Ayush, why don't you go first and tell us as to what you think about it?
So the best way to see how the Premier League is going to play out is looking at the Bundesliga, which just began. It's amazing to see football back, and we all want to watch the Premier League, watch our teams come back. United has a better chance of finishing in the top four. We want to watch Pogba, Bruno play together. But at the end of the day, looking at the Bundesliga, one thing that we have to realize is that it's not as exciting as it was before the COVID-19 pandemic. Without the fans, without the noise in the stadiums, there is a sense of emptiness. And it's a sense of it's a lack of fulfillment, like being able to hear the players shout on the field. It's nice to see what they're calling for, but it's a little too weird. The entire
True.
excitement has left the sport. Maybe it'll be different with the Premier League, which has several more teams that we follow closely, several more players that we know, but we must take it into consideration that it may not be as exciting as the Premier League we knew before the pandemic.
True. I think I'm looking very much looking forward for the Premier League to start again, but I can't disagree with the fact that it's not the same. And maybe the quality of the Bundesliga is not as good as the Premier League, but the Dortmund Bayern game was really good. So if that's something to go by. But Vishesh, can you tell us something about how they're going to restart and what are some of the things we should look out of?
From what's going around is the Premier League is having tests done every week. So this week there were four confirmed cases from three different clubs, and the week before there were two. I don't remember the first week, but that's how the things are going. And these tests are done on more than 1,000 players, including staff, etc. So the percentage of people getting the cases is relatively small. So the plan as of right now is in yesterday's meeting that took place. The clubs voted that there does not need to be social distancing and contact training can begin. I think 5-10 minutes ago, United dropped a post of pictures of players playing without any social distancing. So we're moving in that direction. And with today's great announcement, I'm sure both of y'all are happy as well that the Premier League is starting again with the first match being City versus Arsenal. So there's no better way to start it. So hopefully the test results come in a positive way, in a manner. Hopefully there are no COVID positive cases, but even if there are, if they're limited to one or two players, because personally I feel that if there is even a single case in any of the leagues whether that's Bundesliga, La Liga starting in the first week of June, I think all seasons will be called off.
Right. So the way I look at it, there are two sides to it. The first side is that obviously every football fan is happy that the Premier League and football is coming back. But at the same time, also we seeing the Bundesliga, we know it's not the same without fans. And thirdly, we have to look at what the associations are doing, right? Essentially, as to how they're going to ensure that it doesn't spread. I was reading as well that a manager left the team hotel in the in the Bundesliga and was not allowed to return for another 4 5 days till he didn't do the test. So they're quite strict on the way they're imposing their rules and things like that. So essentially, what we need to watch out for is that. So Ayush, is there anything you think the Premier League can do in specific to ensure that the league goes on, or is there anything they can do to artificially create an atmosphere?
So one thing that has been spoken about in the past, also we've heard, is about using a few select stadiums, taking away the home away concept itself, and just isolating all the players in a hotel or in one area, putting all the teams over there, and then using 2-3 stadiums to just play out all the games. That is something that could be done from the health point of view. It would be much safer. But then again, there's the factor that home away plays a big role on teams. So with the remainder games, some teams having more home games left, some teams having more away games left, like the advantage goes away. I think we discussed, we've seen the case of Aston Villa, who was trying to protest this because they have more home games left, and those are the games they have managed to do better in. And fighting away from relegation, they want to take that advantage. So this could be a thing, putting all the taking away home away advantage, putting all the players in one place. There's no travel, nothing for them. But it comes with the flip side of taking advantages away.
And Vishesh, do you have any? What is your thought on about fans, and is there any way to create an atmosphere in the stadium? Because Sky Sports is saying they're going to do certain things to improve the viewership experience.
Uh, so from what I know, what things are in the Bundesliga as well, I think Wolfsburg has put in some fan noise in the background. I think they were talking about it when Wolfsburg and Dortmund were playing. So I think that's going on. Uh, Sky Sports may put it, but it's not going to affect us at the end of the day, being international viewers, right? We aren't subscribed to Sky Sports, so honestly, I don't think we need to look at it from the viewing aspect. It's just our love for the game, and it's just the Premier League, right, guys? I mean, it's something we've been watching for decades, and it's something we're connected to way more in comparison to the Bundesliga. So I don't think that it's going to be an issue. It's a competitive league.
Right.
It's going to do pretty well. And adding to the point about how Premier League can manage, the managers have been pretty open with allowing players not to come back as well, like Troy Deeney and Angolo Kante. So if there are certain players that don't want to come back, I think that option should remain open because, I mean, their families at the end of the day that they need to take care of. So that's what I think should happen.
So finally, Ayush has already said that United have a better chance of getting top four if the Premier League restarts. Vishesh, do you think the same thing? And how do we feel about Liverpool winning the league potentially?
Oh, definitely. I think United can reach top three, especially with Pogba, Bruno, Rashford. Just imagine that midfield, and that, I mean, it's a different league altogether. I mean, I've already given up on the fact that Liverpool's won it. I don't care. Uh, Rishi, I mean, the subscribers know who Rishi is. So Rishi put a statement out that might as well give it to Liverpool and end this season and start next season. But I just want to see how the Bruno Pogba thing does. So I think if we hit it off on the right note, top three is possible because I don't see Leicester, staying in that form that they were. But if the league becomes interesting and City can do something and Liverpool really screw up, I mean, I'm up for that. I don't have
I
any.
mean, you can never discount a slip from Liverpool, can you?
You can't.
They just need to win one game though, or City need to lose one, so it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we agree that we're excited for the Premier League to come back, and I think we should all look out for some intense competition because one thing's for sure: the Bundesliga's quality has not been that bad. The players have not looked that leggy, or the players haven't looked tired. So I think we're all looking forward to some competitive football in the Premier League, and I think we also agree on United finishing in the top four. Vishesh thinks third. I think maybe fourth is more realistic. And of course, we hate that Liverpool's going to become 19th time champions, but we can't do anything about it. And let's see what happens, guys. Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, we still knock them off their perch and we still have one title above them. So
That's great.
Hopefully, with the Bruno Pogba midfield, we can challenge for it next year. But that's for another debate. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. And hopefully, you all enjoy the Premier League as much as we do. And we'll come up with something new for you very soon.